Hello and welcome back to Miss French Teaches Something. Today we're going to talk about reading. In today's lesson, it's for parents and teachers. We'll be understanding ways to teach phonological awareness skills. By the end of the lesson, you'll understand what phonological awareness is, understand the importance of letter sounds, and you'll walk away with some phonological awareness manipulatives. So, before we talk about anything else, we need to talk about the rope. This is Scarborough's rope. And what it basically means is that in order for a student to become a skilled reader, they need all of these skills down pat in order to be skilled and fluent and understand what they're reading. Now, this is taught in a training called the Science of Reading. And I took a couple courses in it, and even in a full day training, you can only get through one or two of the strands. So there really is a lot to talk about when it comes to Scorborough's rope. We're going to be breaking it down. Today, we're just talking about the phonological awareness piece. But what I do want you to remember is that without one of these pieces, your rope's going to unravel. You're not going to be a skilled, fluent reader. You need all of these pieces to be a strong reader. So, what is phonological awareness? Phonological awareness is sounds, it is syllables, it is not letters. Phonological awareness is strictly sounds. Um, I've been told that phonological awareness is something that you can do in the dark. You can teach it in the dark because it's all with sounds. Speaking of sounds, it is so important that you are teaching your sounds correctly. This is just a quick little picture of a consonant grid for a sound wall. There are more sounds in the American language, of course. Um, I wanted to pull this up to say that it's important that we are teaching the sounds correctly. For example, P says not puh, because that's adding a schwa to the end. And when kids go to sound out words, they'll be sounding words out like pa-et-ta, pa-et-ta, instead of p-et, pet. So it's important that you are teaching those sounds correctly, clearly, focusing on how the sound is formed. So when students go to read words, they're not struggling to decode them. So M says not ma. B says b, not ba. Um, so it's very important that you sound those out correctly. And when you hear a child make a mistake, correct it in the moment. Not ba, look at my mouth, b. So, what phonological awareness can look like in your classroom is Elkonin boxes, which I'll talk about in a moment, sound manipulation. So, I have the word cat, k, at. If I take my k and change it into a b, what's my new word? Bat. If I have the word bat and I take the a and change it into an I, what is my new word? Bit. And so that is just sound manipulation, getting them used to playing with the sounds and words. And then there's identifying beginning, middle, and ending sounds. Once again, it is sounds, not letters. For example, I have the word cat. What is the first sound in cat? K. What is the middle sound in cat? Ah. What is the ending sound in cat? T. And getting them used to listening for those sounds in words is really the first step to getting them to become strong readers. Now, let's talk about Elkonin boxes. I use Elkonin boxes almost religiously in my class. I start off in kindergarten by giving students sentences. For example, he ran. He ran. Repeat. He ran. And then they'll take their manipulatives and move it down. He ran. How many words in that sentence? Two. And then we'll build on into longer sentences as they are mastering it. We love learning. We love learning. They'll repeat. We love learning. And then we'll move it down. We love learning. And once you see them master it, it's time to move on to syllables. Syllables are chunks of a word. For example, banana. The syllables are ba, na, na. Three syllables. Um, there's a couple different ways you can teach it. You can teach clap it out, ba, na, na. You can teach it by putting your hand under your jaw and counting how many times your mouth opens. Or you can press your lips together, say the word while your lips are pressed closed, and count how many times you feel that puff of air in your mouth. Mm, mm, mm. Three. Um, I like to add the Elkonin boxes to it so the kids have that physical movement of it. So, uh, ba, na, na. Three syllables. And that goes the same way as the sentences. I'll say it twice and then they'll repeat after me and then we'll move it. The word is taco. Taco. Repeat. Taco. Press your mouth closed. Taco. Let's move it. Taco. How many syllables? Two. Move it back. Once you see that they've mastered the how many words in the sentence, how many syllables in a word, it's time to go down to the sounds. How many sounds do you hear in a word? And of course, I always start off simple. The word is cat. Sound it out. K, at. Move your sounds. K, a, t. How many sounds? Three. And then eventually, as they're mastering that, I throw in trickier ones. For example, jump has a blend at the end. J, m, jump. And we'll talk about those sounds. Now, it is very important that your student is starting from the left and going to the right because that's how we read, that's how they're going to recognize uh, the words. We start with the first sound, then we move to the second sound, and we go from left to right because that is how we read. And if you see them starting on the wrong side or starting in the middle or moving sounds down, for example, talk, go, immediately stop and correct them. Let's try that again. Let's make sure we're starting with this first box, first sound. Talk. I can get it. There we go. Talk, go. That way they know when they actually get to phonics and the letters, they know which way they should be starting and which way they should be going. So this is how I like to use Elkonin boxes in my classroom. Um, and again, this is an everyday activity. Every day we are pulling out the Elkonin boxes and moving and playing with sounds. Now, next time, I am going to go into the next part of the rope, which is phonics. Uh, and I'm really excited to share some tools that I use in my class for phonics. So, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you guys being here, taking the time to listen and learn with me. So, have a good day. I'll see you next time.